Okay, let's get started. So the first step is always to find a comfortable seat, your hips higher than your knees, the seat where you can feel your spine rise tall. And close your eyes and come inside, feel your breath. Feel the gentle expansion on the inhale and the contraction of your belly in and up on the exhale. Feel yourself grounded in the earth, your spine rising. And draw your hands in front of your heart. And if you'd like, join me in the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. Bow your head to your heart. Lift your eyes and open your eyes. We can begin. Rotate the shoulders. Draw them up. Inhale up. Exhale, let your shoulder blades slide down the back. Up and back, just juicing up the shoulders. And one last time, bring the shoulders up, let your shoulder blades slide down the back. Lift your head so it's floating right up over your spine, nice and tall. And then exhale to one side, inhale back. Going no farther, stop before anything hurts. And often, there's a little arthritis, your range of motion will increase just with a gentle movement, and especially with the breath. But no forcing through pain. And then back to center. And let's do a side stretch. So take your left arm down, your left hand down, raise your right arm and just breathe into your whole right side. Feel your breath expanding your ribs. Both sides are long, but especially your right side. Inhale back up. Nice and tall. And right arm down, left arm up, root down, get really tall. Stretch to the right and breathe into your left side. Expanding with your breath. Widening your whole torso with your breath. And then inhale back up. If you're time to take off the socks, unless you need your shoes or socks. It's good to feel the connection to the earth. Okay, so let's stand up. And stand up nice and tall. Feel your feet. Line up your hip bones, your knees, the bottom of your second toe. Really tall. Let your head float up over your spine and then take your hands to your shoulders. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale and exhale. Moving with your breath. And the last one, let's hold it open. So root through your feet, stretch open through your heart. Lift, root and lift. Feel your breath. And release. Okay. Then you may want your chair for balance for the next one or not. We're going to do some little.
Because it's besides 10:06. Did you forget, Carol?
Some.
Need the code or anything, call me. But I am following her now.
I'm sorry. I've got to mute everybody. There. All right. So we're going to do a little chair pose, but first just bend, weight in your heels, butt sticking out. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Let's add some arms. Up, possibly on your toes, and down. And up. Down. Up. And then let's go down into chair pose. So you're trying to keep your knees behind your ankles, really sticking back like you're trying to sit in a chair. Take your arms back. Breathe up into your heart. And if you want to make it more challenging, you can experiment with drawing your arms overhead. But and come up. Okay. Let's just practice a little standing and breathing. You can really work this mountain pose, this standing pose a lot. So first, line up your feet. And first step is to root down. So root through your big toe mound, inner heel, baby toe mound, outer heel. And now let's take your hand to your belly. Well, get your head right up over your spine. And then we're going to inhale. See if you can feel your belly expand. Exhale, really draw the belly in and up, the diaphragm in and up. See if you can feel your hands move with your breath. Don't force anything, but and then take your hands to your ribs. Inhale, see if you can expand. Exhale, draw everything in and up. And then this is the most challenging one for me, especially. See if you can breathe all the way up into the top of your lungs, up by the shoulders. And on the exhale, everything comes in and up. Your belly comes in and up. Okay. So that's 3-part breathing. So normally you don't do them separately, but just trying to use your complete lung capacity. So next we're going to do the warm up standing. And if you don't get on the floor, then you continue doing this warm up standing, and some of us will get on the floor. So this is called a knee to nose pose. You stand up tall and you inhale your right leg back. Exhale, draw your knee up. And inhale back. Exhale up. And you can decide if you want your toes on the ground or up. And then the last one, we hold. So you take your toes back, right toes back, lift the left arm and hug to the midline, stretch, root down and stretch up. And release. And take a breath. Other side. And inhale the left leg back. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. These are the big muscles that help you stand and balance, the core muscles that hold up your spine. And the last one, hold the left leg back, lift the right arm, root and then rise and hug to the midline for balance. And release. Okay. And then the other thing we're going to do on the floor that you can also do seated is, so you want your, for this, you want your chair really on the mat so it's not going to slip. We'll do some down dog and planks. So inhale up, exhale over, and then you step back to downward facing dog. So your ankles are right under your hips and you're really sticking your butt out. You bend your knees so you get a really nice long spine. And then for plank, we inhale forward in a straight line, really draw your belly in and up, no droopy. And then if you want, you can pull your heart up. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale back and step forward. Okay, so you can continue doing that standing or come down to the floor. So come down to all fours. Hands are under the shoulders. Spread with the weight in your knuckles, not in your wrists. Weight in the fingers and knuckles. Knees under the hips. And we're gonna inhale the right leg back. Exhale, draw the knee to nose. And inhale. And you decide how far you want to lift it, but keep your hips even. So none of, inhale, exhale. And now stretch your right foot back, take the toes under, really root the long spine, and then lift your left arm. And you can experiment with lifting your right leg. And then just use all those little muscles to draw you into the midline, to balance, to adjust your spine. And release back down. And then let's go back into child's pose. If you're on the floor, you can do down dog if you're up in the chair. And back up to all fours. You can take the left leg back, exhale in. Inhale, stretch open. Exhale, contract. And now stretch the left leg back, toes on the floor for starters. Really draw your shoulder blades onto the back, almost pull your fingers isometrically back to draw your shoulder blades onto the back. And then lift your right arm. Experiment with lifting your left foot. Draw everything in together. And feel your breath. Imagine your breath up and down the front of your spine. And back. And let's go back to child's pose or down dog. Come forward. And then those of you who are experienced yogis and want to stay on the mat for sun salutations, go right ahead. I'm going to do the sun salutations with the chair. So again, you want the chair really firm. You stand facing the chair. I'll stand facing you for starters. So root through your feet, rise through your heart, head floating up over your spine. And inhale the arms up. Exhale all the way back to your heart. Warming up the sun space, the heart space. Back to your heart. And then let's build on that. So we're going to inhale up, exhale over to the chair. Inhale the right leg back into a lunge. So you bend your left knee, stretch your right leg back, nice and straight, heel pulling back. Almost pull the chair to draw your shoulder blades onto your back. And then step forward. Let's go back into downward facing dog. I like to bend my knees just like the dogs do, so you can really get a good stretch in your back. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Bring your left foot forward, bend your left knee, stretch your right foot back. And then let's step forward. Inhale up. Exhale back to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale back to your heart. And one more downward facing dog. Step back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And step forward. And then let's just take the chair for a minute for a little hamstring stretch, strengthener. Sit on the edge of your chair, sitting bones reaching down. Ground through your left foot Inhale, interlace your fingers under your right thigh. You're going to inhale up, exhale down. Keep your feet really active. Draw your toes back and apart. Inhale and exhale. And inhale out and rotate your ankle one way, the other way. And then really stretch through your heel. Feel your other foot reaching down to the floor. Sit up tall. And release. Other side. Okay, so get nice and centered. Sit up tall, head up over your spine. Root through the right foot. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Inhale out. Exhale down. Moving with your breath. Inhale up, stretch through your heel, separate your toes, draw your toes back, and then rotate your ankle one way, the other way, and then root through your foot that's on the ground and stretch through your heel and resist your hands underneath your thigh and sit up really tall. And release. Okay. And then let's just do one cobra seated, because this is the pose if you're in the chair. When we do the locust pose on the ground, this is the pose you can do. So you sit up tall, get your head right up over your spine, root through your sitting bones, root through your feet, draw your elbows back, and breathe up into your heart and stretch open. Stretch your heart open. Neck extends. Just imagine your breath widening your whole heart area like a big cobra in the sun. And release. Okay. And then let's just do a version of that pose standing. So you can stand with your hands on your hips and root down, line your feet up, root down, breathe up into your heart, draw the shoulders up and back, draw your elbows back, breathe up into your heart. Just imagine expanding the whole heart area with your breath. The head is an extension of the spine. So you can press down through your sitting bones with your hands, draw your elbows back so you can really stretch open. And release. Okay. And now we can do our standing poses. So warrior two, you face the side of your mat, feet wide, this is comfortable and stable. Take your right toes to the long end of your mat. Left foot is directly behind your heel. The toes pointed in just a little bit. Let's get the arms, let's do it with the arms. So draw the shoulders up and back. Draw your arms out. Stretch your arms apart. Look out over your front fingers. Exhale the right knee. Inhale up. And make sure your knee is tracking right over your second toe. Make sure it's not like there's a tendency for it to come in. Exhale down, inhale up. And definitely not an acute angle, no more than a right angle. And then we're going to hold it. So root through your feet, stretch open through your heart. Look out over your front fingers. Feel your breath. The idea is to hold the pose as long as your breath can remain calm and as long as any heat in your body doesn't rise to your head. So when that happens, it's time to come out of the pose. Let's straighten that leg. Draw the toes parallel and then come back. And just take a breath. So it's just holding these poses in alignment is really good for your bones and your muscles. It's what you do for osteoporosis, is just hold these poses a really long time, but not if you can't breathe or if your head starts getting hot. So you build up to it. So take your feet wide again, turn out your left toes, adjust your feet. You're gonna exhale, left knee down. Oh, we gotta draw our shoulders up and back, draw the arms out. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Exhale down, stretch. We're going to hold this. Stretch your arms apart, look out over your left fingers. Feel your feet rooting down, feel your breath rising up. Really feel your whole back foot rooting into the earth. And notice your breath. And release. And parallel your feet and bring them back together. Okay, let's we'll do triangle pose. So same foundation as warrior two. Feet are wide. Oh, I got the chair on the wrong side. You don't have to move the chair. I do, so you can see me. So turn out your right toes. Keep your legs, your knees unbent, but not locked. Got to be a little give in your knees. The whole body is facing the side of your mat. You can take your left hand to your hip. Stretch up, stretch out, draw your left hip back and stretch both sides of your torso long. Stay in one plane, and if it feels good, you can draw your top arm up. If not, you can hold it like here, or just keep it on your hip. Feel your feet rooting down, feel your heart expanding with your breath. Root down, inhale back up, parallel the feet, bring them together, and we'll do the other side. So, right, you can just you'll know where you need your prop, or if you can just use your legs to put your lower hand in this pose. So bring your feet wide, turn your left toes toward the chair. Take your right hand to your hips and inhale up to get really tall. Stretch, pull your right hip back and stretch your torso long. your chair, your leg. But you really want to keep your body all in the same plane, not be bending over. I mean, you're bending, it's a side bend, not a forward bend. And if it feels good, you can draw your upper arm up, draw your arms into the back of the shoulder socket. If it, you can look up towards your upper arm. If that's not good on your neck, you can look down at your feet. So root through your feet and stretch open in all directions. Inhale back up and bring your feet together and come together. All right. Let's do our standing pose, our tree pose, balance pose. So we can have a chair or a wall. First, stand up tall. Feel your breath. Feel your feet rooting down. And root through your right foot. Make sure your head's floating right up over your spine. And take your foot to the ankle or to the shin or to the thigh. And hug to the midline. Soft focus with your eyes. Find something steady to look at. Experiment with your balance. Imagine you're sending roots down like a tree, opening up your leaves on top. And when you're ready, come back down. Just an experimentation with your balance. It builds tremendous strength in the standing leg, regardless of where your foot is. So we'll shake that off. Do the other side. Let's get really centered. So just bring your hands in front of your heart. Root through your feet. You may be able to feel one side feels different from the other. And close your eyes if you like and feel your breath up and down. Just centering your body and your mind. And opening your eyes. Let's try the other side. The first step is to just keep that focus on your breath and root through your feet. Lift your head right up over your spine. And then draw roots through your left foot. Draw your right foot to the ankle, knee out to the side, to the shin, or to the thigh. Steadying yourself with your breath, the feel of your feet, and just experimenting with your balance. And feeling your breath. You can draw your hands down, draw your knee forward and down, and release. Okay. Let's do warrior one now. So warrior one, you're facing the front of your mat. Take the right foot forward, take the left foot back and out to the side with the toes out to the side, but not at a real acute angle. So that you can have your hips forward. And we're gonna, so you have to kind of draw your left hip forward and your right hip back to try to get them even. Then we're gonna Exhale, bend the right knee, lift your arms. Let's inhale up. Exhale, straighten the front knee. And you can only do an arm position that feels good. So it might feel good to do like cactus pose. Then inhale, hold the pose. Whatever arm position allows you to stand up tall. Root through your back foot, the complete back foot. Feel your breath. And then step forward. Just feel what that did for you. And we'll go to the other side. So step your right foot back. We're going to bend the left knee. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, you can add the arms. Exhale, straighten. And now we're going to hold the pose. Really stomp your back foot into the ground. Reach your heart up to the sky. You don't want, if you feel this in your lower back, draw your belly in and up, and you may need to just come forward a little bit to take any pressure off your lower back. And then step forward and take a breath. And then we'll build on the Warrior Three. You definitely want something to help you balance. So you can face your chair and take your right foot forward, your left foot back and out to the side, toes kind of off at an angle. And we're gonna inhale and exhale. Inhale, bend the front knee, stretch up, exhale down. And now you're gonna push off the back foot and raise your back leg as far as feels good. Really root through your right leg. And you can experiment with your balance or not. Hands back. Very challenging to have them forward. And then come back to standing. And take a breath and shake that off. We'll do the other side. So we'll bend the left knee, take the right foot back and at an angle, hips are straight forward. We're gonna inhale, bend the front knee, exhale, straighten. Inhale. And now bend the front knee and push off with the back foot. Hips are square. Root through your left foot. Experiment with your balance. Really, if you keep the foot on the ground, the right foot on the ground, that's fine. Draw your hands wherever. Just experiment. And bring the foot back down. And let's if you're in the chair, you can practice the cobra pose. Those of you that get on the floor, we're going to get on the floor. You might want to get your props for Savasana nearby so you don't have to get up. the final resting pose. But so we're going to get on the floor or not. Come down onto your belly, the head facing into the mat. And draw the shoulders in and up. Make sure your neck is extended. And then see the palms are facing down. We're going to inhale the head and shoulders up. Inhale the arms up. And if it feels good, inhale the legs up. And really support your lower back with your breath, drawing the belly in and up. And if this hurts your lower back, back off, drop the legs down or shoulders down. And then release. Make a pillow for your head. You can shake your hips back and forth to release it. We'll do that one more time. So take your hands back, palms facing down. Draw the shoulders up, draw them back, lengthen through your whole spine. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Inhale the arms up and possibly the feet up. And just breathe into a strong back, a long spine. And release. Make a pillow for your head. Wiggle your hips back and forth. And we can press back into child's pose. And prepare for final resting pose, the most important pose, Savasana. So if you have a sofa or a bed, or if you want to be on the floor, you may want to have a tiny cushion under your neck, but you want to have a nice curve in your neck. And then something under your knees is really nice, or resting your feet in a chair is a great way to do Savasana. And to get onto the floor, and this is important, getting in and out of bed and in yoga, you don't want to strain your back. So you get onto your side and then you roll onto your back. So you're not straining your neck and your back. So this is one of my favorite ways to do it, with your feet in a chair. And then the whole purpose of this pose is to practice doing nothing, to let go. So you let your arms roll out, hands facing the sky if that feels good, or you can rest your hands on your belly or your heart. Your legs are extended, like the knees roll out, the feet roll out. And just take a big breath. Open your mouth, let it out with a sigh. One more. And then just settle in. Let the weight of your bones reach into the floor. Feel your natural breath. Relax your mouth. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue be heavy in the mouth. Notice any sounds in the distance, in the room, in your body. Not thinking about them, just noticing how you can pick up on the layers of sound. Relax your eyes. Release the effort of seeing. Feeling from the inside. Feel your nose, the air coming into your nostrils. One may be stronger than the other. Feel the temperature of the air. And then notice your skin, your sense of touch, where your body meets the floor. The texture of your clothing. The air on your skin. Just imagine breathing into your skin. Just gentle waves of breath, softening the edges. Imagine your body is liquefied with your breath. Just melting into the earth. If your thoughts start to wander, just return to your breath. Now start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch. And make your way to your side. Bend your knees and roll to your side. And using the strength of your arms and hands, push up to a seated position. In the chair or on the floor. And we return to where we began. Sitting, rooting down, feeling your breath, closing your eyes. Just feeling what the practice of yoga has done for you this morning, the time you've taken for yourself to notice your breath, your body, and move and breathe. Draw your hands in front of your heart, and we'll end with the sound of Om together. Inhale. Om. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. You can open your eyes, begin your day. Thank you for joining me and have a great day.